are you? It's Ash again from Simple Life in Australia and now the Hook Homes in Queensland. So today I'm going to show you how to make this longganisa using the sausage casing. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's easy because it's not easy. Well, not for me because this is my first time doing this. I normally do the skinless longganisa or the Filipino chorizo, but today I wanted to try the um, the longganisa with the sausage casing, and I'm not very good with tying, but I think I did okay for a first timer. But yeah, let's go and let's get started. So we'll start by doing our marination. So we've got in this bowl, I've got the soy sauce and the brown sugar, and I've also got the salt and pepper. And then we're just going to add our pineapple slices, and we're going to use the processor to grind this, and also our garlic. So this is 21 cloves of garlic. And then we're going to add this garlic and pineapple mixture into our prepared soy sauce earlier. So we're just going to mix them together and then we'll set them aside. Next is our pork mince. So make sure that your pork mince has got fats in it, and we're just going to add our marination in here. I'm just doing it slowly so that I know that I can, mix them well. And I've got all my pork mince with marination, and I'm also checking because I felt like the marination was too much for my pork mince because this is just 500 grams, but I ended up using all of these. So I just keep doing this until I was able to mix them all together thoroughly. I also added breadcrumbs and 1 egg as a binder here. And then I just use a cling wrap to cover this, and I put this in the fridge overnight. So this is the next day after we've marinated the pork. So I'm just showing you how I clean the sausage casing because it comes in a hank and it's all covered in salt. So make sure that you clean them all. So this is how I put my sausage casing into my sausage stuffer. Make sure that the casing is wet because it's much easier to slide, and it's also much easier for the stuffer. So this is one of the mistakes that I did when I started using the the KitchenAid. So never ever tie the ends unless you already have the meat at the end of that sausage stuffer, because what happens is that as soon as I turn on the machine, it started blowing up air into my casing, and that's what you don't want when you're using a stuffer. So this is the right way of doing this. So fill up your meat holder first, fill it up to the bottom, and then just hold the end and then turn on the machine until you feel the meat at the end, and then you stop the machine and then tie the ends and then pull it back. There you go. So just hold the skin and then just retract the skin back while the meat is coming out of from the stuffer. I find it much easier and it stuffed the sausage casing much better. Just give it a little bit of force and then guide the sausage down as well. So yeah, just continue doing this, and then I'll see you on the next step. Keep an eye on your sausage casing while you're doing this, because this will twist on you and that will cause the casing to burst. So just be mindful of that. When you reach the end of when no meat is coming out, okay, when you turn it off, leave an extra sausage casing, because later on you're going to tie this. So this amount that I left is actually not enough, because I ended up, those meat will still push out when you start tying them. So leave a good amount of extra casing at the very end, so that you have enough space when you start tying them. So this is now our stuffed longganisa, chorizo de Cebu. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tie it. It's always a struggle for me to do a butcher's knot. So I've decided I'm just going to do, individual tie, because I'm really struggling here to link the line. So as you can see, I'm actually loosening up the meat as I go. So I just press on it where I'm going to tie, to make sure that I won't burst any of the skin because of the pressure that I'm adding to it. That's why I said earlier you have to leave a good amount of sausage casing at the end, because all of those meat will be pushed on one end while you're doing this. So that sausage casing at the very end is not enough. So you have to leave at least 3 times of that length. See here, I don't have enough sausage casing at the very end, so I have to remove some of the meat so I can, add space so that I can twist the end and then tie it with the string. I use a kitchen twine for this as a string. So because it's very thick, what I did is I separate them into two strings so that it's not too thick. With this recipe, we were able to do 23 pieces of longganisa with this size. So yeah, this looks really good. I'm really happy with it. So if you're not going to use this, just place it in a freezer bag and then freeze them until you're ready to cook. But I chilled this one because we use it for breakfast the following day. So here it is. I'm just going to add a little bit of water. And then we're ready to cook this one. I also added, it's up to you, I normally add butter. Once the water starts to evaporate, I add butter, or you can use oil, whatever you want to use. Of course, for Filipinos, what is longganisa without egg and fried rice? So I'm also making fried eggs here and fried rice at the very end. So I'll just continue cooking this longganisa and the rest of the food, and then I'll see you and we'll taste this Chorizo de Cebu. Hello guys, good morning. So ito na. Titikman na natin yung ating longganisa. Okay? Tikman muna natin siya without the rice. Okay, so yan yung loob niya. Diba mo, may garlic. Ang sarap. Sakto lang yung tamis, tsaka yung asin, tsaka yung alat. Sakto lang siya. So, pwede nyo nang gawin ito sa bahay nyo. Pwede na kayo din mag-practice kagaya ko. Alright guys, see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please click that subscribe button and the bell next to that so you can be notified every time we post a new video. Until next time, stay safe and God bless. Bye!